Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Psychic Hour with True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters.
Boom. You know
Wasn't
it.
quite sure how to intro that. That works. We are so happy to be here. We love the Psychic Hour. It's one of our favorite shows of the week.
Right?
And I know that goes the same for quite a few of you guys.
Well, and I
So,
missed last week, so it's really nice to be back because
yeah,
that's a bummer.
we're glad you're here. I know you miss Nurse Hadley.
I know I did. I've got to listen. I just have not had a chance. I've been playing catch up all week.
And I get that. Yeah. Yeah, she was great. She was. She had listened to our show the week before.
Oh,
And so
she
she
had?
had made something cool for dinner so that she could, when we asked what she made for dinner, she'd have something to say. Isn't
Oh,
that
that's
fun?
so cute. I
And the coolest
instantly love her
thing,
now.
she had made red beans and rice with a recipe that one of her patients' wives gave her after he died. He was just chef.
Oh,
And
wow.
their house always smelled amazing because they were always cooking because he had been a chef. And anyway,
Right.
they shared their very special recipe. It's just cool. So,
That is cool.
yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Sorry.
Did you knock your mic over
Two
again?
shows in a row. I don't know why. It's because of the angle that it's at, it's very side heavy.
Uh-huh.
So if I slide it at all, it, goes down.
Sure. That's why. That's why. It's not your brute force.
Well, okay. Or just brain damage. I don't know. I have been very, by the end of the week, I get pretty tired. And Thursday is, of course, is pretty much my last day of the week.
Mhm.
And I went to comb my hair before the show, and I have this spray bottle. It's one of those continuous spray bottles, and the trigger is in the front. So you trigger
Mhm.
it and it sprays here.
Yeah.
Well, all my other spray bottles, the trigger is from behind.
Sure.
So I did it that way and sprayed the mirror instead of my hair. So
That was
I don't
kind
know.
of my yesterday. Yesterday, I felt like everything I touched just turned to shit. I couldn't do anything right. I was so annoyed most of the day. I
Yeah,
get it. You just have days like that.
I've had a very slow brain week.
That's been the energy of this week, I think. It's been
Hmm.
really thick. And I've heard that from a lot of clients that they just feel really tired and also feel irritated. I'm hearing that a lot too, just feeling
Mm.
irritated with people around them and not wanting anybody to, get too close or bug them too much.
I haven't really had that, but I've definitely had the tired and the kind of clueless.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many times I've run into a door jam this week.
Mm,
It's my MO, and I wear a blood sugar monitor, if you can see it right
yeah.
here on my arm, because I'm an insulin dependent diabetic, and I had to start wearing these things, these big old stickers, which I am totally allergic to. But if I
Yeah.
don't wear them, because I don't know, if I just don't know where I am in space and time, I am forever running into door frames and ripping these suckers off, and they are not cheap.
Yeah.
And the insurance company does not replace them if I
Oh.
rip one off on a door frame.
Well, we
So,
can't be having that.
no, but yeah, I've had a lot of that, like, where am I in space and time kinds of feelings lately.
Hmm.
Or maybe just where am I in general feelings.
Yeah.
That's the plight
Well,
of the chronic illness warrior, isn't it?
oh, yeah. Yes.
You're like, yeah, it is.
Well, and we should do a show on chronic illness one of these days or chronic pain and
Well,
talk about it more. But
let's
like
do.
this morning, I had a bad night. Just it wasn't me. Like the dogs were up and down. Scott was up and down. I was pissed at
Mm.
everybody. By about 4 o'clock this morning, I would have gone and slept in my car if I thought it would have been better. But I was so annoyed at everyone in my house. But I just woke up not feeling good this morning. And then the nurse called that I get a check in once a month because I'm on a biologic. So
Hmm.
she called to see how I'm doing, and I was just like, "I don't feel good today at all." And she's like, "Well, can you pinpoint any reasons why?" No. No, I
The
can't.
list
I
is
said,
long.
"Right?" I said, "Well, I know it's not food because I am eating a really, really clean, intense diet." Said, "I don't think it's activity, but maybe it is." I said, "Honestly, the smoke, the rain, that's all I got."
Yeah, yeah.
And actually by about 10, that had cleared and I have felt really, really good today. So, I don't know. It's crazy. But yes, we should do a chronic pain, chronic illness show.
Let's do.
That's a
Let's
good one.
do.
I know.
A lot of the vibrational healing stuff I'm doing over on TikTok and Clapper and Instagram is really focused toward chronic illness and chronic pain.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Well, so
yeah.
many people are suffering these days. But this week, particularly, I think a lot of us empaths were just feeling a little buried under
Mm,
grief,
Afghanistan.
sadness,
Oh, it's
frustration.
killing me.
I
I cannot stand to watch any news on it. It's
know.
killing me.
Well, there's
Oh,
Afghanistan, there's the earthquake in Haiti,
yes.
which, my God, Haiti, why? Why can't they
Haiti
get
Haiti
ahead?
cannot catch a break, can they?
Cannot catch a
Cannot catch a
break.
break.
No. Uh, and some other stuff too. And then, of course, today the bomb threat at the Capitol. It just goes
Right?
on and on. There's a lot of, and then of course just the ongoing COVID battles that are happening that are just bringing out, I think, just the ugliest in people. And
Right.
anyway, empaths are
Well, and
feeling the weight of it very heavily.
I think that's true. And our state came out on the list of the top 10 least vaccinated states,
Mhm.
unfortunately. And, so there's more drama going on about that here. And yeah,
Mhm.
I agree. It has been a tough week for empaths. I'm actually
Yeah.
doing a live stream for empaths tomorrow on TikTok.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well,
So if
look
you're
at
a
my
Tiki
accidental
talker,
segue. I love
yeah,
it.
I'm so impressed. If you're a TikToker, tomorrow at 10 Mountain, I will be live streaming from my account, Eclectic Healer, and I will be doing a live stream on empath skills and talking to empaths. And, if you've got questions or things you want to work on, I'm going to be doing that on that live stream. So come on over,
Awesome.
join the world of TikTok.
Yes. You know you want to. Well, we want to say hi to our chatters, Jennifer,
Yeah.
JR, Cranky, Jacqueline, Moonbeam. Welcome, everybody. Good to have everyone
Yeah.
here. And as always, the most important question on the psychic hour: what did you make for dinner?
Coconut chicken curry
Nice.
with cauliflower rice.
Awesome.
And it was super good.
Oh, we've got hi, Gary, Oriana, Bianca. Is it Gary or Jerry? I ask every time. Every time.
I'm pretty sure I said both in last night's show. So
And I know
I'm
we've
really
asked too many
sorry. I know
times. Sorry,
we
idiots.
established this one time and then I couldn't remember. And then last night, I addressed you several times in the chat and I'm pretty sure I did both. So
Jerry, God damn it.
Jerry,
Okay, we're gonna get this right.
damn it. Okay, we're remembering this. Between the two of
Yes,
us, we will remember.
yes, we will. Okay, yeah. And
Ooh, pot
Oriana.
roast.
Yeah,
Yum.
let's see. Leftovers, BLTs. Ooh, yeah. Pot roast. Oh, nothing. I made chicken thighs with roasted sun-dried tomatoes and whole garlic cloves, and I baked that forever, and then I put slices of fresh mozzarella over that and broiled it. It was really good.
Yum. Ooh, that
Yeah,
sounds good.
it was way good. Ooh, chicken fajitas. Nice. Looks like everybody's doing well, except for you, Oriana. You got to figure it out. DoorDash girl.
Well, when in doubt, right? I mean, when we
Right.
got DoorDash, we've only had DoorDash for maybe a year here.
Mhm.
Like food delivery was not a thing here until like right before, not long before COVID, actually. It's the best thing that ever happened
I
when
have
you're too busy.
actually never DoorDashed to my house.
Are you serious?
I haven't. I've DoorDashed to my kids' houses when because my kids live like 4 hours away, 5 hours away from me. So I
Yeah.
have, upon occasion, when they were sick or having a sad day, DoorDash something to them.
Yeah.
But I've never actually DoorDashed to my own house.
We do it all the time. And it's lazy as hell because seriously, we're 10 minutes away from everything.
Hmm.
But sometimes you just don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, I do get that.
Well,
Cranky says she's
Cranky's never
never
going
done
to do it.
DoorDash. Yeah. Oriana's going to DoorDash. Well, look at that. Might I recommend the snake bite? Well, anyway, I don't know. I don't even know if you can DoorDash from the snake bite.
I think you can, yeah, actually.
Oh, tomato soup and cheese sandwich sounds good. That always sounds good.
Ah,
Yes, it does. Right, Moonbeam? Some of these guys, I'll tell you what, they tear it up
I
every
know.
week.
Jennifer made lasagna. Whew, I love lasagna.
Yeah. Oh, tuna sandwiches and greens from the garden. Nice.
Nice, nice.
Nice.
That sounds like the kind of dinner we would have had when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of tuna sandwiches and we always had lots of stuff from the garden.
Yeah. Especially this time of year. It was
Yeah.
just mostly stuff from the garden. Yeah. We
Harvest time.
didn't this year, we didn't plant a garden. We just have our hydroponics from our greenhouse, and they're kicking out cucumbers as fast as Scott can eat them, but I haven't seen a single one.
Wow.
He goes out there foraging every day. And then there's the tomatoes are flowering, and well, they've got a lot of little guys on, so we'll have tomatoes here shortly, but that's it. I
Hmm.
haven't been to the farmer's market. I haven't done a thing.
Haven't either. I know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, except for wandering the fair yesterday. That was the most like community thing I've done this whole year.
I
It's
know.
probably the
I feel
epitome
you.
too.
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah. Well, you guys are amazing. Oh, Jennifer's husband does the cooking. You know what? Mine does too, most of the time. Well, I won't say most of the time. My husband worked in a restaurant when we were first married. He's an excellent cook,
He is.
um, but he's not an excellent cleaner upper. And so it's a trade-off. If he cooks, you better be
Well,
prepared for what the kitchen is going to look like.
well,
Yeah.
he's also a use every single pot, pan, utensil,
Hmm.
bowl kind of cooker too, isn't he?
Yes.
I've
Yeah.
noticed that,
There's no conserving the carnage. No, not at
yeah,
all. Ooh, Jacqueline, chicken, cheesesteaks, and green peppers with onions and mushrooms. Wow, that sounds amazing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, JR said she just started using Amazon right before COVID-19.
Wow.
Oh, oh. I use, I'm torn because everyone hates, you know, who's the
Jeff
guy that owned that?
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. I almost said Elon Musk. Jeff
No,
Bezos.
that's a
And,
different guy that we don't like. No, I don't
yeah,
know.
everybody's mad about him and stuff. But I love Amazon. I do.
Well, when you live where we do, I mean,
Wow.
unless we drive to Boise or Salt Lake City, there are a lot of things we cannot even buy here. So, what do you do?
You got it. Well, and
Mm,
speaking of Amazon, I actually got something really cool today. I've been waiting now for a week because
mm.
Amazon 2-day shipping is, you know,
Now,
now a
7 day
week.
shipping.
Hmm.
I know.
Okay, so maybe I do hate you, Amazon. I ordered a vibration plate, and
Yeah.
if you don't know what that is, they're a kind of a platform thing that you stand on, or you sit on a chair and put your feet on, and it just like shakes the bejesus out of you, and it's
Mhm.
really good for people with the kind of ailments I have, and so I've been wanting one for a bit, and finally I'm like, I have money in the bank, I'm gonna buy one. I've been waiting forever. Oh yeah, it's awesome. I took a spin on it. Well, 3 spins, probably 2 spins too many for the first day of using it. Uh,
Yeah, you
and then
gotta
Mars took a spin on it too. It's awesome.
I love mine. I'm using
Yeah.
it twice a day, and I adore it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay, but here's the thing with Amazon, if you guys don't know this, go to Facebook and search for Amazon codes. Just type in Amazon codes, okay? You'll find
Speaking
a
of addicted to Facebook, Erin,
mhm,
now you're gonna really be addicted to
mhm.
Facebook if you didn't know this.
And Amazon, you'll
Oh, yeah,
find
Amazon, duh.
all of these groups. Just join a few of them. That's a lot of them post the same thing. So just join a few of them. And what these groups do is all day, every day, they post links to discounted items on usually mostly on Amazon, sometimes to other stores too. But really, like 50 to 90% off, sometimes free items even.
Yeah,
I do a ton of my shopping on Amazon through code groups because it's insane the stuff that you can buy.
it's true.
Insane. Yeah. Now everyone's like, oh, well, bye. I got to go to Facebook now. But really, just go in the search bar and type in Amazon codes, and you will find groups. And yep, you'll find them. And you'll come back later and be like, holy shit, lady, I hate you so much. Or
I
you
should
won't,
never
but
have
your
done
husband
this.
will, or your wife will. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I think Jennifer's got a kid hack going on over here. Hi, this is Jennifer Bird, Aubrey's mom. I love my kids very much, and a lot of it's
Oh,
spelled wrong.
no. Well,
Jennifer, I think
hi, Jennifer, Aubrey's mom, and hi, Aubrey. Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, that is really
All
funny.
right. Well, you guys are the best. So, oh, Oriana said they're going to the fair to see Cheryl Crow and Jeff Dunham.
Ah.
I'm kind of sad we're not going to see Sheryl Crow.
Me
I'll just
too.
say that for sure. Kind
Me
of
too.
sad, but I just that's a lot of people for me.
Mm,
That's a lot of peopling.
yeah. Yeah, it is.
Actually, I'm not sure I went up to the walk-in this year. Maybe
Yeah.
next year. This year, probably not happening.
Yeah.
But Oriana, I hope you have fun. You go have the fun for us and
Yeah.
let us know how it goes.
Sheryl
Oriana goes to
Crow.
concerts all the freaking time.
She does. I'm always
She
jealous.
amuses me. Yeah. Concerts,
Always
comedy
going to something
shows.
cool.
Yep, I know. She wows me with that because
Hmm.
I don't, and I really wish I did, but I just don't seem to have I don't know, the follow through itness to go be in big crowds, maybe. Yeah.
I hear you. I do. I don't either. So,
Yeah. Yep. Well, let us know, how it goes. I'm curious to hear how it went.
mhm.
Well, let's get into it.
Let's
So, by
do.
popular request, we are doing a show on aliens, extraterrestrials.
I seriously almost made a tinfoil hat. I really thought about it, and then I kind of ran out of time.
I know. I thought so too. I thought about it
Just
too.
because it would be funny.
Yeah.
But
No, not making fun of anyone. Just
I
it
was
would
making
be
dinner,
funny.
so.
Hmm. So, hey, language of horses. So, this is a topic that I think is really interesting because it can be one that triggers the hell out of people. It
Hmm.
definitely is a polarizing topic. Some people really go, "Ooh, if you believe in stuff like that, you are bonkers crazy." Other people believe in really a lot of it. And some people are kind of in the middle or just don't know. And here's what the first thing I want to say is it's okay to not know. You don't
Hmm.
have to. We are live in this weird society where we think that, and it's kind of fed to us that we have to have an answer for everything, right? We have to know everything. No, you don't. And you don't. The more
No.
comfortable you get with knowing that you don't know, I think the happier you can be. And
Yeah.
that's a lot of the way I feel about extraterrestrials. I
Hmm.
believe. I do. Since the time we were kids, our mom would say, we would be so arrogant to believe that we are the only ones in the universe, you know?
Right. That alone, I think, has always impacted me that, like, yeah, no kidding. Why is Earth so damn special? Like, that
Mhm.
in this unbelievably, un, it's impossible to even know how massive universe we are in, or universes within universes, or whatever the hell
Mhm.
the physicists are saying now.
Mhm.
And it would only be us. Why?
Yeah.
That makes no sense at all.
No, no, it doesn't to me either. Hey, Deborah, glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of where my thought process is. Some of you guys really wanted to share your stories with us, and
Yes.
so please do so, and we'll read them and talk about them, your experiences, and
Hmm.
we're going to talk about it too. So, Kristi, I know that you and I both, in working with hundreds of people, thousands of people over the years,
Thousands.
we have had experiences with people that can't really be explained on this realm.
Yeah.
So, dish.
Yeah. So when I read people's energy bodies. And,
Mhm.
you know, there's a lot of talk about like the chakras, the seven chakras, and they followed the Roy G. Biv color scheme and all that jazz. And that is true for most of the people I've worked on. And I have literally looked at thousands of people's energy bodies in the last 15 years. But there have always been anomalies, energy bodies that don't look anything like that structure. And not that there's something wrong with it, just that the system works completely differently.
Mhm.
Working with many, many clients over the years who say, I don't feel like I fit. I don't
Yeah.
feel like I'm supposed to be here. I don't feel like I'm like the other people here.
Mhm.
Like I feel different. I experience this world differently. And that's where most of my experiences have come, is with people's energy bodies who look totally and completely different, that
Mhm.
feel totally and completely different, that are, because I am pretty much of the garden variety style. And so, it's it's been a wonderful experience to work with people with different types of energy bodies, because it's helped me learn all kinds of stuff and figure out how to help people find balance within their own system, regardless of where they came from. And
Mhm.
that's kind of the message that I get out of it, is that although we humans seem to follow the same structure physically, we aren't all from the same place on a soul level. And so
Yeah.
for me, this is when we talk about aliens, we're all aliens, but there are definitely some people on this planet that have souls that are more alien than others, like souls that have
Yeah.
come from other places. And I don't have the right words for them. I can't tell you like where, I don't know. There's a lot of writing about that. There are a lot of people who've written about it, but I don't know. I just know this person does not look like 90% of the people that I have worked on.
Yeah.
And they don't feel like that. And I've helped connect some people up to one another
Mhm.
who, didn't feel the same either.
Mhm.
And, kind of help them start to find their own little tribe.
Yeah.
Because often people who are here with a soul that's kind of from a different place feel very isolated,
Mhm.
because they just don't fit into, they don't feel the same way, they don't
Yeah.
communicate the same way, they just don't feel like they fit. And that it does make me wonder about things like autism and mental illness, things that we see, because I have a son with autism and with a mental illness. And I got to tell you, his energy body is really different.
Mhm.
It is not the same as most people's.
Yeah.
And my wife Rhonda did a past life regression with him, and neither one of those lives was on planet Earth.
Mhm.
Just wasn't. And he has struggled a lot, to figure out how to fit. He's had to learn a lot of skills that most of us just have kind of innately. So my experience with what we call aliens really has been on that energy plane of souls that come from different places,
Mhm.
that are not the run of the mill place.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay. Well, I resonate with that a lot. Me too, as a past life regressionist. Wow, interesting scenarios with people where
Right?
they did not, yeah, go into lives that they would say, I can't really explain what my name is because I've never heard that kind of a noise before or
Hmm.
sound. Or I can't really explain the colors to you that I'm seeing because I've never seen anything like that. I had a client years and years ago who was very clear that he does not belong here. He's also full of rage that he's here. He doesn't want to
Hmm.
be here. Brilliant man. Brilliant, brilliant man. And doesn't want to be here. Hates this place. And feels like he's here by some kind of a punishment.
Yeah.
And it's been very interesting. It was very interesting working with him for quite a few years in working on that topic. Now, he's not suicidal or homicidal or anything of the
No.
like. Uh, a wonderful dad, wonderful husband, just really doesn't understand people and doesn't like Earth at all. And
Hmm.
so we had done quite a bit of work together in connecting to his people. And so we started doing this kind of some energy work together, astral travel together, where we would go to a place where we could communicate with whence he came. And those were very intense sessions where he would yell at them and they would yell at him. And I would just kind of toe the line and be afraid. And, uh, he wasn't really being here to be punished, but he was here to gather knowledge, which is interesting because he's a scientist. And Yeah, he
Yeah.
was gathering knowledge, right, and left, and that's what he was supposed to do. Um, and he was kind of going, I don't care, I'm not bringing this back. No, I'm not. I won't tell you anything I know. Because he was so mad for being here. The
Right.
thing that was so striking about the beings from whence he came, they were so large, like so much bigger than us,
Yeah.
as in like kind of feeling like you're standing next to a mountain speaking to it. They
Yeah.
were so large and they didn't like me per se, but I was kind of the gateway, you know. But with him, he wanted to do a past life regression and see if we could get a sense of, has he been here before, or would that be a gateway to get back to where he is from and learn more about himself. So we did a regression. It was a life on this planet. I usually start my clients out somewhere around 14, 15-ish. None of the commands I put in place in his regressions were followed, which is crazy because usually you put some commands in place so that you can, well, control the narrative to some degree, to
Hmm.
help people, you know, meet their goals as far as why they want to past life regression.
Right.
Um, and you also build in a command that, if this, at any time, if I say sleep now and rest, withdraw yourself from the situation and wait for my command or wait for my instructions so that if people start experiencing something terrible, you could move them out of it if you felt like you needed to. Because that
Right.
happens every once in a while, right? So,
Yeah.
so those are two of the commands that I always have in place that most people do respond to, but not this guy. We start the life by him being born through the birth canal. And he is shrieking and writhing around on my table in absolute hell, screaming about how much pain he's in, how much it hurts, how much it squeezes. Well, he was that enormous being being crammed into a human body and through the birth canal. And I used my command, I tried to move him out. Nothing. Nope. He had to go through it, apparently. It was awful. It scared the crap out of me. And then I was thinking, my God, he's going to be so mad at me, that he had to go through this. Oh, no, he was thrilled. That's what he wanted to see. He wanted to know what that would be like because that was part of the process of him understanding himself. But thinking about the size of the beings I'd experienced with him versus an infant human baby, you know, but the squeezing and the
Hmm.
yelling and shrieking and oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah. Uh, Years later, he came back and wanted to do another past life regression. And I'm like, oh no. I said, are you sure? You remember what happened last time? He's like, yeah, I'm in. I'm in for it. Okay. Then so am I. If you're not going to be mad at me, then I guess we'll go for it. And it was similar to that. He's been on planet Earth, it looked like maybe 3 times,
Yeah.
which most people have been here like way, way more times than that, like 30, 40, 50 times.
Right.
3 times is nada.
Yeah.
But anyway, that one was really eye opening to me for
Well,
sure.
and now he's written a book series about those experiences.
Yes, he has.
He's taken it to a little bit more therapeutic level for himself, I think, because
I
he's
think
written
so.
these books that really are telling his own story, even though they appear to be sci-fi,
Yeah.
which I
Well,
think is
maybe at
pretty
some
cool.
point we'll talk to him about joining us.
I really wonder actually about
Hmm.
having him on and talking about some of that, and then we can
Hmm.
tell you about his books. We can't without his permission, but
Right. Yeah, we can't
um,
break his confidentiality, but
no,
maybe he'd come. He would, I think.
yeah, I think he would actually. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
We should do
Hmm.
it.
We'll think about it for sure. Yeah. So that experience, among many others, that took us to places that were not Earth, was eye opening to me. Years ago, we had a friend that was also a psychic and a healer, and her ideas of aliens or extraterrestrials went way over the top for me. And she kind of freaked me out, I think, about, really looking at the beyond because I do believe in that, but she went so far. I just couldn't quite get my head around all of that. And yet, even this year, the Pentagon, has
Yeah.
released some tapes and have said, there are unexplained things out there that we don't know what they
Mhm.
are. They didn't go so far as to say they're aliens. I don't think they ever will, but they did give us more info than they ever have before. And
Yeah.
other governments have too. I mean, there is stuff out there. It's very interesting. But I did have an experience years and years ago. I was at a place called Jenny Lake,
Oh, yeah.
and I've been feeling really, really called to visit Jenny Lake. I probably have been there before, but not that I had remembered. But
Mhm.
Jenny Lake it's on the Wyoming side of the Tetons, and it's a glacier lake, and it's an absolutely stunning place. And so the Tetons literally are melting down into Jenny Lake, and
Yeah,
it's
and it's
pretty.
the Grand Tetons that are part of the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, and it's honestly, I mean, it just that for that reason alone, it's an amazing place.
Oh,
But
yeah.
a lot of people have reported having experiences there
Yep.
with extraterrestrial or aliens, or I don't know, however you want to, with light beings, however you want to classify that. By
Mhm.
people, I've heard it all ways. But anyway, feeling very, very drawn to visit Jenny Lake. And so we went, but of course we're with, all of our crew, all the kids, all the chaos. But while we were there, I just really started feeling like I needed to get away from everyone. I was told that there was something I needed to take back with me. Oh, two things actually. They asked me to gather up some water. So I did fill a water bottle from the lake, which you would never ever drink, you know,
No. Mm.
because you, yeah, not, no one wants that sewage issue. But, so at any rate, they kept telling me to walk further. There was something I needed to take home to get and take. So I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm walking, and in my head it's got to be a rock. I don't know why, because I have rocks for brains, And so I'm wandering along looking for the right rock, looking for a rock, but I had reached around a tree, and there was a tall stick, almost like a walking stick, that was propped up against it. And they said, "Stop, stop, you've got it." And I'm like, "I've got it." And I'm still looking around at my feet, going, "I've got what?" I don't see a rock that's jumping out at me. Nothing makes sense. It was the stick. Anyway, this person, uh, you know. So I took the stick, and I took the water, and I took it home, and I had no idea why. And I still have the stick. But after I got home, I meditated a lot about, why did I need this stuff? What was this about? The answers I received were that it was a show of support, and having that support around me would help me to be better at my work and helping other people. And they asked me to pour the water around one of my trees, just take it outside and pour it around my yard, so that I would have, was kind of like marking my territory. Hate to say it that way, but
Mm.
kind of like that. So I did.
Mhm.
And every once in a while, in healing sessions, I will have experiences with light beings that aren't from here, and
Yeah.
helping work on various people or on various topics. And so those are the experiences that I've had.
Well,
Yeah.
and, I have trouble differentiating. What's the difference between an alien and a spirit that, like I've had lots of experiences with entities or spirits that have come from other places or that have come here through a portal or something. And so I think there's a lot of crossover
Oh yeah.
between that word just means not from here, like,
Right. Yeah.
and so there's a lot of, are they out there driving, spacecrafts around? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Are a lot of them coming to us on a higher realm that we don't necessarily experience in the physical? That's where
Yeah.
all of my experience really has been,
Hmm.
is there.
Yeah.
And, if you look at it that way, then yeah, I've met a lot of aliens.
Yeah.
I have,
Yeah.
and worked with and talked to and worked alongside in energy healing sessions and things,
Hmm.
definitely.
Hmm.
So yeah, it is an interesting, it just is, it's kind of just perspective, I guess.
Yeah.
And it would
Yeah.
be different if they, arrived in a ship and, you know, came to Earth in the physical. I can see that, but
Right.
I think there are a lot more experiences that we can have on higher planes on than that are also entities that are not on this earth,
Mhm.
but that are benevolent and are part of our own systems as far as wherever our souls came from and our
Mhm.
support systems and yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll give you that for sure. Um, I do think it's a very interesting concept to think about. Lots of souls walking on this earth in human or yeah in human bodies that have souls from everywhere. You
Yeah,
know, I we're more of a melting pot than I think we even know.
we are.
Yeah, we've all known people that don't seem like they fit here. You know,
Mhm.
that just they feel different. They have a different vibe to them. It is very interesting. We have a client who years ago, she and her husband, she had felt for a long time like she was being pursued, like she was being pursued by something, like she
Yes.
was here to be safe, to be
Yep.
hidden.
Yep.
And she and her husband were working in their flower beds, and some I don't know how to quantify this except for almost like maybe a giant bird, not even that, but more like a spirit of something, whooshed through her yard, hit her so hard it knocked her down and knocked all of the brick off of the front of her house.
Yes.
They were just working in their flower bed, and literally
It
all
was
of the
like
brick
a
came off of the front of the house.
it was like a sound wave,
Yeah,
which, now we're learning more about those vibrational wave weapons and stuff. But yeah, it was something like that.
yeah,
Yeah, literally the bricks. Can you imagine if you
hmm
have a brick house? Can you imagine the bricks falling off the front of your house?
yeah,
Like I have a brick house that I cannot imagine what it would take
yeah,
that the house would still be intact
hmm
because it didn't break. It didn't like bust out the wall. The bricks just fell
no.
off.
It just
So
almost like
weird.
butter just peeled the bricks off of her house. Her husband had to carry her in the house. She was completely limp. Yeah,
Yeah.
and crazy things. And yet things like that do happen sometimes. And, she's one that goes, you would never believe me. I would never believe me, except for that I know what has happened, you
Yeah.
know? And I was there. And her husband goes, I was there,
Yeah.
and I know what happened. Yeah, pretty wild stuff. But it's somehow our culture, and I think it's likely because we were supposed to feel this way, right? Because nobody likes it. We're so much easier to control when we don't know anything. And
Yeah.
I think that a lot of the idea behind, you know, believing in stuff like this, that, our governments and religions have managed to try to make it seem so foolish and stupid. But you know what's interesting? Kind of like with ghost stories, the more you talk to anybody, the more they'll tell you that they've had an experience like this, or that what their family member has, or that they saw a UFO when they were a kid.
Yeah.
This is happening.
Right.
We've
It's
just
happened
been
to way
made to
too many
feel,
people.
yes, but we've been made to feel like if we talk about it, we're crazy bonkers,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the
Mary's,
same with
oh, go ahead.
yeah, all kinds of spiritual stuff is the same way,
Hmm.
Everybody's had some kind of a spiritual experience that, you've had something happen that you felt like there was a spiritual presence with you.
Hmm.
I've never met anybody that hasn't had at least something
Yeah,
like that happen.
for sure.
But yeah, if we talk about it too much, then we normalize it, and then that's not okay because then we can't be controlled as well.
Hmm.
And I don't want to get all conspiracy theory. It's just truth about like
Yeah,
mainstream religions. That's been their goal, control the information, you control
yeah,
your people.
most definitely.
Yeah.
Mary, first of all, Mary, I'm so sorry about your brother.
Oh, yes.
Mary's brother died unexpectedly earlier today. Mary, we're very, very sorry to hear that. Yeah. Mary said the only place I've ever not seen a UFO is in New Mexico.
That's funny.
Interesting. And she said she had a portal entity that showed up and was fascinated with her, asked who and what I was. We call him the Kraken. Looks like the pirate's octopus guy. Oh, wow.
I've seen a lot of those, Mary.
Oh, yeah, me
I
too.
have cleared a lot of those off from people. They are
Mhm.
parasites.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Spiritual parasites. Ugh.
Yep.
Aaron said, I have a strong, strange need for everything to be magical. Life's been a real adjustment, lol. Still trying. Yeah, we are kindred sisters there, Aaron. Me
So
too.
much so. I am so bummed that I missed my invitation to Hogwarts.
Me too. But just everything. Like I want there to always be ambiance. I want everything to have some magic to it.
Yeah.
And it mostly does. I think if you look for it, you can see it, you know?
Yeah. It's true.
Jerry said, I watch the sky all the time and want to see a UFO so bad, but I never have. Cranky said, it's illogical to think that we're the only intelligent life. I suspect that human beings really are mistakes. Then there was a conversation between Jerry and Cranky about Jerry said she thinks that we are the beta version. We're version 1.
That is probably totally true. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
these bodies need some adjustments. I will tell you that.
Also some brains. Yeah, some brains. Whew.
Erin's never had an ET experience. Earthlings are alien enough for her. I hear that. Yes. Jerry said she feels like she was dropped off on this planet by accident. Yeah. It is interesting. Okay, so let's get into a couple of experiences here.
Oh, can I share one I have real quick?
Yeah.
So really quick, a dear friend of mine messaged me an experience she wanted to share here on the show. She's a big fan of the show. So we're just going to call her M. And this happened in a dream. And you have to know that M has a lot of lucid dreams. And so for something to happen in a dream for her, it happened. So she says, I was taken up into a spaceship at night. The aliens were very tall and definitely alien, big heads and long limbs. They gathered about 100 humans in a room, and they had brought us all to apologize and show us our past. We were the fourth version of human
Oh,
that
interesting.
they had created. Most other versions they had wiped out with mass genocide. We were all mixed with our DNA to make our current version. After the last genocide, they felt very guilty about meddling. They showed us many of the tools they had used to kill the previous humans, and one of them was a large machine, sort of reminiscent of a guillotine. It was large and gold or brass colored, and the victim sat in it, and a huge hook swung down and exploded their head, basically. Yikes.
Yikes.
After this, some of the humans in the ship started freaking out. In the chaos, I was shot with a handgun one of the humans had, and I died on the floor of the ship. After it went dark for a few seconds, and then I switched to watching in third person from then on. So she'd been watching in first person, then got killed, then was watching the rest of it in third person. I'm thinking they made those 100 humans forget what they had told us, but I don't really understand the need to tell us at all. Maybe thought we'd understand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. But I know with this conversation going on in the chat about, different versions, that was her dream too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah. I'd never thought about us being a certain version before until tonight. So there's some food for thought for me.
Right? Maybe there's an upgraded version somewhere.
Please. I'd like so. That. Bianca said, my sister and I saw a jellyfish-like craft in the sky once. It was swimming in the sky and was beautiful. A bit later, government helicopters swarmed the area. Not sure if it was ETs.
Wow.
That
I don't know what else it would
bill,
be.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. All right. Stephanie, I'm going to try and track this. I know you had to post it in a few parts because YouTube is like that. She said, I have missed time twice while traveling in the car. Once with my now ex-husband back in 1979 or 80, and once when I was alone in my car in 2011 or 2012. That's an interesting phenomena. Have any of the rest of you experienced that, where you lose a few hours?
I have, but it's happened to me. at home. It's not ever been driving, but yes, that has happened to me.
Hmm. That's very interesting. Stephanie said the first time we ended up on a back road that we wanted to be on, but don't know how we got there. We were sitting in the car in the middle of the road, just parked there. The car was running. And then we said to each other, "What time is it?" On the car clock. The road had vast farmland out to my passenger side, and the driver's side was heavily wooded. Interesting. And then she said, then the time I missed, I found myself sitting in my car in the middle of the road with the car running quite some distance from where I had been. Could not remember anything. Each time, a lot of time had passed. Wow,
Wow,
that's amazing.
that is very interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Jerry said forthwith. That's right. We'll get
Forthwith,
there.
yes,
Forthwith.
yeah. You guys were on the live stream last night. You will know what that means.
Yeah. Shell said, have you ever done an egg clearing? No, I don't know what that is.
As in, like, use an egg to do a clearing with an egg. I know what
I've
that
seen
is.
that. Yeah, I've not done that. I don't know how, but
Mm-mm.
yeah, interesting. Hmm. Yeah, the losing time phenomena is really interesting. And I've heard that from a lot of people too. That and just like you, they end up not where they thought they were going.
Yeah,
But just for fun, have you guys watched on Saturday Night Live the series of skits they've done over the last few years of alien abductions? And if you haven't, as soon as this show is over, get yourselves to YouTube and look them up because they are so damn funny, you will die laughing.
oh, they are the best. They did such a cool job with those. Hilarious.
Oh, too funny. Yep. Oh, Bianca said that shell egg cleansings are usually in Afro and Mesoamerican practices. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, I'm familiar, but no, I've never actually seen it done. They are the best. They're so damn
Oh,
funny.
Jerry's yeah. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh.
Oh my
So
gosh.
clever.
With her tutor and her cooter hanging out, or
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
oh, I think maybe in another life I could have written for SNL. That is
I
my
think
kind
in
of
this
humor.
life you could write for
Yeah,
SNL.
I think so too. Oh my gosh. Oh, Shell's family is Italian and they do them. Interesting.
Ah.
So is this an egg in the shell or out of the shell? I'm very curious. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, well, yeah, it depends on how they do them. Yeah, I've seen them done
Yeah.
a couple of different ways. I thought it was interesting what Cranky said. I'm strongly connected to the earth. She makes me feel grounded. When my feet are not firmly on the ground, I go crazy. Me too. And I got to tell you that all tektites are stones that have come from meteorites. I hate them, all of them. I don't want to touch them. I don't want to be anywhere near them. And I am a stone freak. I love stones. I have zillions of them. But I don't have any tektites in my house at all. I do not want to come anywhere near them,
Yeah.
which is weird. Again,
Hmm.
some people think they're really awesome and high vibrating and really good for all this and that. Oh
Hmm.
hell no. Not for me. But
Yeah.
it's like I like Earth's energy.
Hmm. Yeah. That's very interesting. Yeah. Well, just not too long ago, somebody on TikTok had done a TikTok about, uh, oh, for God's sake, help me.
I'm not I'm not reading your mind right now.
Oh, well, it's the meteorite from Czechoslovakia that's green.
Oh,
Moldavite. Oh, for God's
Moldavite.
sake,
I
Moldavite.
was like, I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, this brain. My God. Anyway, Moldavite. So somebody did a TikTok about Moldavite and about how it is so it's a good way to like come to terms with yourself and figure things out about yourself. And Moldavite, you gotta go get Moldavite. So, then it of course goes viral on TikTok and everybody's running out to buy Moldavite. And so then the price of Moldavite went through the freaking roof. It's already an expensive stone, Now it's
Well, yeah, 'cause
insane.
it pretty
And
much only comes from one place.
the fraud in Moldavite is huge because it's pretty easily recreated as in a resin piece.
Yeah.
And so anyway, but then everybody wanted to know all about Moldavite. And Kristi and I were both like, don't go get Moldavite. Are you kidding? Moldavite's not going to make you feel good, you know.
For
Now
some
maybe it
people
does
it
for
does,
some
but yeah,
people,
it's
but
not
yeah,
one I ugh.
no. I will say, however, that Libyan desert glass is another meteorite produced stone that feels amazing. So,
Does it? I've
yeah.
never
I have a
I
piece
come
that I
anywhere
got.
near it because I I never
Yeah,
want anything like that.
it you may like this one. It's actually mellow. It feels really nice.
Hmm, I'll
But
have to try it.
no, on Moldavite, I was amazed that
Jill
all these
doesn't like
people
Moldavite
suddenly
either.
have to have Moldavite, and I was like,
There's a lot of hype about it,
hmm
and this happens in the metaphysical world around certain stones.
oh yeah,
You'll see it happen about a particular stone, and then everybody's got to have that stone. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just you can benefit from all different kinds of stones. You don't have to have these certain special, super expensive ones. That's really not true.
hmm
Um, there's lots of ways to work with stones and do it quite economically.
oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Don't go spend $100 on a tiny little piece of Moldavite. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, no. But
Mm,
anyway, that's kind of an aside, but I agree with what you're saying on that a lot.
yeah.
So, my advice to you, if this is a topic that weirds you out, is to do your own work, to do
Mm,
some meditation, to ask your guides some questions,
yeah.
and to just keep your mind open to the possibility of not knowing, because that's a place that I think when you get into a place of being comfy with not knowing, that's when more information can flow, I think.
Mhm. Well, and you might ask your guides where they are and what they are. Who are we
Yeah.
talking to? You know?
hmm
Um, Mary says, what about the 2027 guy on TikTok? Have you seen him?
I've not.
He says he's from 2027. There's a couple of people on TikTok now that say that they're from the future.
Oh.
And the 2027 guy has said some things that are pretty compelling,
hmm
but I don't know. I've looked at it a little bit. I haven't worked on it enough to really have an answer for you, Mary, but I will look into it more. I've seen a couple of his videos. I haven't like done a lot of energy work on it or anything to see if he feels legit.
hmm
But I will give it a shot. Tell you what I think.
I'll be heading over to TikTok.
Cranky has obviously seen those SNL skits.
Yes.
Woke up
Yes.
out without pants in that kid's birthday party pool. Oh my goodness.
Doesn't she wake up without pants inside a bank one time too?
Yeah, yeah,
And on the roof of a restaurant at one point? Anyway, but always without pants. Just let's be clear.
yeah, always.
Yeah. You guys, if you haven't watched those, please do yourself a
Oh
favor.
yeah, it's very worth it.
You will laugh so hard. Bianca, I'm with you. She said, I think ETs are like humans. Some are good and some are bad. Yeah.
Yep,
Amen.
yep,
I think it's interesting that in our history, there are archaeological findings of people who are not shaped like us,
right.
the very long skulls, the giants
Mhm.
that have been found in mounds here in the US that have two
Right,
rows of teeth, for God's sake.
right,
Obviously, there have been more than just this species on the planet.
right. Well, and there's always that question, if you watch that show Ancient Aliens, they attribute everything to aliens, but there are questions
hmm
about how were some, like giant pyramids and other things like that, how were they built without like current technology? And there's some interesting things because there have been proven ways that some of those things can be done,
hmm
and then others where there's real questions about how did people do that without like big machinery and the stuff like that. So
Oh, yeah. Like Easter Island. I will
yeah,
never stop being completely amazed and fascinated and just blown away by Easter Island and the beings there,
yeah, no, it's so cool. So cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I watched a show about that, about how they were carved and how they were moved, but there are so freaking many of them, you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, and they're so big because, what you see sticking out of the ground versus the entire piece is a fraction of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Candy says they found lamps that were electric in the pyramids.
Wow.
I did not know that. But I know a lot of this has to do with um, Egyptian technology, that there are a lot of questions about
Mhm.
where did it come from? Did
Mhm.
they have help? Yeah.
Now, there have been those who believed that certain inventors on this planet were aliens, like Da
Right.
Vinci,
Mhm.
like Einstein,
Mhm. Tesla.
Tesla, maybe even Musk. I don't know. What do
I
you
don't know.
think?
It's an
I mean,
interesting thought, but
mhm.
maybe if, and I've never actually looked into this, but we could take a look at their energy bodies, their soul bodies. What do they
Mhm.
look like? Never thought of it. Could do it.
Mhm. They
Yes,
found a
they did
battery
find
in
a
the
battery
pyramids. Yes.
in the pyramids.
Yeah.
I think George Tsoukalos is an alien himself. I at least his hair is, don't you think?
Yeah.
He's hilarious. Yeah, my wife loves Ancient Aliens. She's watched all of them, so I catch them here and there. I am not as big on it, but there's something. Everything has to do with stones, and there's a lot
That's
about
true.
that. Atlantis and
Mhm.
how they were, supposedly using some kind of crystal to give them power, and there's a lot there that we just don't know. And yeah,
Mhm. Somehow along the road, we have lost a lot, you know?
yep,
We've lost a lot of our knowledge in ourselves and
hmm,
our faith in ourselves, I think.
yeah,
So I think that in some ways, that's what maybe all of us are doing here, especially people that are more following a spiritual or metaphysical path or just trying to figure out who the hell we are,
right,
and
yeah,
remember, wake up and remember what we've forgotten.
yeah.
Yeah.
What have we known before? You're getting a lot of votes for Elon Musk being an alien in the
Yeah.
chat.
Well, I've thought that over and over again. I have. And, he's interesting because people want to hate him really bad. And he doesn't care at all. He
He's
gives,
kind of a weird dude.
he
He
is a
is.
weird guy. I'm with you. I think so too. I think
Mhm.
had we known Tesla, you know, and
Right.
known his personality, I think we all would have gone, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shell says, I swear the aliens that have come into my house had light on their foreheads, like red and green light.
Interesting.
I've heard of that before too,
Yeah.
of beings that emit a light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a lot of questions, you guys.
Most inventors say they receive information from someone in their mind. Candy, that
Mhm.
resonates with me a lot because the thought that I've had lots of times on this topic, when you look at the things that people are creating and bringing forward, it's inspired.
Yeah.
So much of the inventions are inspired. Well, what are they inspired from? Who are they inspired by?
Right.
Yes, there are people that are just much more brilliant than, the rest of us for the most part. But there is some inkling to me that they're remembering something. Or
Mhm.
yes, someone is coaching them in some way. I agree with that totally.
I
Yeah.
have most definitely had that experience
Mhm.
as a healer. A lot of the work that I do,
Oh,
I did
yeah.
not learn from anyone. I remembered
Mhm.
it
Yes.
in working on this very stuff.
Mhm.
So I get that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is a fascinating topic, huh?
Oh, it is a very interesting topic, and I'm sure we'll talk about it some more. But
Oh,
thanks, you
yeah.
guys, for interacting and for talking with us. And if you are watching this after the fact and you want to leave, your comment in the chat, we'd love to see it. This is an
Yeah,
interesting conversation to keep going.
sure
I
is.
like that it's a safe space to talk about the weird stuff,
Right,
because
yeah.
this is a weird world. Yeah.
This is a weird world, and we need that. We need places to talk about these
Mhm.
things,
Yeah, that are
in a
judgment-free
safe
zones.
space.
Absolutely. Now,
Most definitely.
want to let you know that Spirit School will be happening on Tuesday, and I am doing a special meditation at 7 p.m. on Tuesday evening to help you to connect with your animals that have passed. So it'll be a guided meditation to a really sacred place where we can call them in so that you can experience them for a minute or two. So, or five or whatever, but I don't want to put
Right.
a time limit here, but so that'll be happening with Spirit School. If you are not a member of Spirit School and you want to be, go over to YouTube and right on our homepage for True Crime Paranormal, there is a button to subscribe. You just subscribe. You join our membership. It's $14.99 a month, and you'll get 2 classes and 1 meditation from us every month. And then,
Yeah.
Kristi, the following Sunday will be your second class of the month, and you are doing the throat chakra, correct?
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna talk about balancing the throat chakra by telling the truth. So we're gonna be talking
Yeah.
about how not communicating how we feel truthfully, how that gets stuck in the body and affects us, and what we can do
Mhm.
about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Candy says we deserve to know where we came from. I'm with you.
We
And I
do,
think
don't
we've all
we?
experienced that phenomena of really missing home and not even really knowing what home is. But
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
All
true.
right, you guys. Well, have a wonderful, wonderful night. I'll be back tomorrow with a pop up. Christy will be back on Saturday with a pop up, and we'll be back with new cases on Monday.
Yes, we
So,
will.
thank you so much for being here. You have been listening to the Psychic Hour on True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters. Take care.
Bye, guys.